Hi, it's Kimberly with Beauty by Sewn. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're liking the vibe and you want to watch for a few minutes and then subscribe, it'd be awesome. I'm at 6,000 subscribers, going for 10. And I wanted to share with you today what's really hot. And what's hot and in retailers now and is sort of all the buzz is Nordstrom. Nordstrom does a huge sale every summer called Nordstrom Anniversary, and all the brands come up with great exclusive value sets. And I wanted to play with and show you today the Bobbi Brown Deluxe Eye and Cheek set. So you get this awesome set and it's a great value. But I really wanted to show you sort of how to create some of the looks with it. So let's take a look. Let's see what's inside. So you open up this great box. Let's see, make sure. It's a nice like structured box. I'm gonna open it up. Oh look, so cute. And it's this great rose gold case. It's structured. Fun, great. And then I've got this great palette. So let's open this up. And inside is exclusive shades created with Nordstrom and Bobbi Brown. Sorry for my fingerprints. And there we go. And then, ooh, look at how pretty this highlighter is. Can't wait to play with that. What's awesome too is there's this eye and cheek how-to, and our artistry team created 3 different optional looks. There's a soft sparkle, there's a sultry smoky, and there's an effortless everyday. So let's get started and show you what we can do for the Nordstrom Anniversary Deluxe Eye and Cheek Palette. See you soon. Okay, everybody, let's get started. We are doing the Deluxe Eye and Cheek limited edition palette with Nordstrom. So we're going to create an eye look, and I love starting with my eye makeup first because I can create what I want and then I'll finish out my face. And if you feel like you really want to make your skin your super focus with light makeup, start with your skin. But because I want my eye makeup to be the focus today, I'm going to jump right into my eye makeup. So every one of my eye looks, I always start with an eye base. This is the Vanilla Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. And I love it because it's creamy. It doesn't accentuate texture on my eye. As well, it's really gonna help all my powder shadows have an awesome long wear. So I have super long days and I can keep my eye look on all day. I don't have to worry about my shadow falling. It really, really helps the payoff as well of any shadows that I play with. So I always put the most Longwear Cream Shadow Stick on the eyelid, which is from lash to crease. And then I just put a sheer mount with my finger, tip whatever's left along the brow bone. So let's jump right in. I've got this great palette here, which is this exclusive. I am first going to start off with just dusting my brow bone with this light color here, which is the Ivory eyeshadow. And I'm going to apply that right on just onto my brow bone and sort of onto the edge of my crease. This way I know I'm gonna be able to do a really nice job blending in that crease and it won't catch and it'll just look a lot smoother. So I like starting off again with the lightest color, and I always use a matte on my brow. I don't use a shimmer, and I bring it always out right to the temple because I'm not sure how dramatic I'm gonna go. I purposely wore a white t-shirt today so that we could really see what fun we can create. And I just used a blender brush. You can use any sort of big wispy brush. Next, I am going to go for a eyeshadow brush. Let's take a look here. This is just a simple sort of, see semicircle, soft rounded brush. And you can see here, there's a mix of shimmers and mattes. I am definitely gonna start with sort of a soft shimmer. So I'm going to use these 2 shades, which is the Sunlight and the Moonlight shades here. And I'm going to just gently tap that into my inner corner of my eye and the center of my eye. Because I have a deeper set eye, I definitely want to have, you know, brightness in that inner corner and also on the center of my eye, because that's really what's going to help my eye pop and not look tired. So again, center the eye, eyelid, and blending it back and forth gently and just to the crease. So you can see I've left color off the outer half of my eye. So I like to keep my videos super simple. There actually is a shadow eyeliner brush in here, so you could, of course, use it because A, you're getting it. So it's got this great eyeshadow head on the end. So let me jump over to this brush. Now I want to build out shape for my eye. So I am going to, I have to just take a look at the shades. I like building out shape of my eye with a matte first. So the color that I am using is, oh, how exciting. Oh no, excuse me. Oh, it's called Woodrose eyeshadow. So I put that, and I'm gonna do my makeup with my eyes open. And the Woodrose eyeshadow, I'm blending it right into the crease and sort of blending it up onto that brow bone where I had that ivory eyeshadow. And going back, the other side, blending it back and forth. I really, you know, keeping my eyes open, then that way I'm gonna create a natural crease and accentuate, I guess, what's already there. And I always tell clients, even if you don't have a crease, you've got a really hooded eye, still just always with your eye open, blend the shadow into the crease. And then that way, you know, you're gonna accentuate, I guess, what's already there. Versus, I don't know if you've seen it, and some people open up their eyes and then the crease doesn't look blended. It just looks wanky. Is that a word? But you get what I'm saying. So you can see I've built up some depth, but again, it's still super natural because it's blended onto that ivory shadow on the crease. And I'm bringing it a little bit all the way into that inner half of my eye. There, pretty. So it's super natural, and still the pop of my lid color is brighter than what's in my crease. So I find once I've done a lid color and a crease color, I stop because I really then want to build out a lot of definition on my eyes with an eyeliner. So I am going to jump into an ink liner, and you know, every palette, powder palette you have out there, or any one I try, I always end up partnering it with a ink liner or some sort of eyeliner, so I get that definition and depth of color right along my lash line. So I'm super fair. I don't have, you know, naturally dark lashes, so I always put that dark liner color right in my waterline. If you have a hard time doing it, the biggest tip I can teach you is tilt your head back and look up, sort of up your nose in the mirror. And then that way, when you put the brush along your waterline, you're not going to irritate or, you know, block your view. And then there we go. So I've just done, you see the waterline of my eye. I didn't bring it up over the lashes. So now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna take a small amount, so you can see that's the look. So you could stop at any point and put mascara on and run out the door. Because I'm a working mom, yes, I wanna look great, but I also don't have 45 minutes every day to do my makeup. So I find when I do my makeup, I like to be able to always know I could stop, you know, throw some mascara on to finish the look, and then be good to go. So you can see the difference. What I've done is I've just taken some liner and gone along the lash line really tight at the eyelashes. So again, I'm not even creating a perfect line. This isn't going to be a defined look for me. I find I can do a defined look, but creating a perfect line, I need patience and I need a lot of free time. So mostly my everyday looks is a smudgy line because it's easier to create. And it actually creates a little bit more of a sultry look. So I'm just pushing color, that liner color, right along the root, like into the root of my eyelashes. I just poke myself in the eye. So I am just going along and pushing. There you go. So you can see, just by doing that, I could stop and go, but we won't because that's a boring YouTube video. I want to show you what I would do a little bit extra. I'm just cleaning off the brush, any extra product, tightening up my gel liner so I can save that for next time. And then we're going to one of my favorite brushes, the Smokey Eyeliner brush. And this is where we can create a little bit more haze of color. So let's try a little bit of this really pretty purplish shade called, Smoldering Eye Metallic. So I'm gonna now go over the top half of the eyeliner and with this Smokey Eyeliner brush and create a really pretty diffused line. Just smudging it along and keeping it really light just to diffuse the shadow color along that black liner. So I'm gonna get a haze of liner across the lashes. So it's super pretty. Making sure too that that liner comes right to the edge of my outside corner of my eye. And you can see there, it's very pretty, it's soft. So again, just taking this Smokey Eyeliner brush, and you can even just stamp, like if you're feeling like how does somebody blend, what do you do? Just by taking color and gently almost pulling or stamping shadow over the black liner, you're gonna get a much more, diffused color across your eye. I'm just going back and stamping. I want a little bit more payoff. What I like about Bobbi Brown shadows is you can layer them. So you can start off really natural and then build up the color. So that's really pretty. And then I'm pulling back from the mirror and I'm just making sure, can I still, are the two lengths of the liners the same? Are they not? And I'm making sure that they also come out far enough to the corner of my eye. Oh, there's the dog. So you can see I'm getting a little bit of fallout, which is fine. What I want to do now is go back with a little bit more of this shimmery shade and just stamp it in the center of my lid. So I really am keeping that brightness. And center of my lid, inner corner. So it's pretty. Now, but I'm not, it's pretty, anyone can do it. I have this little bit of fallout. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take a little bit of this heather and the velvet plum, and I'm just going to now almost triple line and just haze out that other shadow color I created. I just want it even more diffused. So I took heather and this velvet plum, and I'm just hazing that out even more. And I still have that whitish, bright, shimmery shade on my lid, so it still has that brightness. Now, you remember how I started off my crease shade with a matte in that Woodrose? I'm gonna amp it up and bring in a little bit more of that heather. So you can build up the colors that you play with. So I'm bringing in that heather color into the crease, and I'm starting off that edge of the liner there. See here? So my crease color is starting out further and then blending it into the crease. This heather color though, mind you, I'm keeping it more towards the outer half of the eye. And you can see how pretty that is. So again, I want, I always like to show videos in real time. This is a blank brush. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that ivory and diffuse on the crease, because I hate it when you can see like a line on the crease. I just love that hazy diffuse look. I find that I don't stop and edit out the fallout, because you're all gonna get fallout at home. So I just feel that it's my job to show you how to do it. And I'm gonna just take a little bit of cream. I always have Q-tips on me, and I'm going to now, I don't have any other face makeup on, and I'm just going to clean up from underneath. So you can see it's, again, super easy. Don't bother with eye makeup remover, because you're stripping the skin. And when you use eye cream to clean up, you're actually, just again, priming and prepping the skin for concealer. There, clean, super pretty. Just going to bring a little bit of that heather shadow out a little bit further, just so I'm getting a little bit more drama, because there's not enough in my everyday life. And just bringing it out, it's gonna help pull my eyes outwards, and then I can go back and blend as well, so that we're not left with that, very heavy cut crease, which again can look super pretty on, retouched and all that, but as a working mom, no. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get mascara on, and I will see you back in a minute, because I wanted to show you the eyes. So hold on, I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. I quickly did my foundation and concealer for you, which are must-haves. You can have and do the best, eye look, but if you don't have great concealer and foundation on, I am obsessed with, it's Bobbi Brown's Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. I'm obsessed with this formula, especially in the summer. And then I just use some corrector and concealer to really brighten up under my eye. And you know what, I was gonna do my brows off air as well, but then I realized that in this palette are great brow shades for many of you, actually I think almost every skin tone. So what I thought I would do is I'm gonna take a little bit of the wheat and the slate and mix them together, and let's see what happens. So there is an espresso in here as well. So anybody actually could create their perfect brow color with this palette, which is great. So I am just filling in my brow with that slate and taking a little bit of the wheat to make sure that it stays warm as well, because I am blonde. You always want to make sure that your brow color matches your hair color. And when you're blonde, you want it to really sort of almost match the root versus, my highlights, which is super blonde and then would look almost too wimpy. So I am just going along, making sure that the arch of my brow is more straight across, and going across. Oh, my dog is here watching. Oh, he's now gonna fall asleep. Hopefully you're not falling asleep. And I'm going across, and really I have to extend the edge of my brow here because I have almost no hair right there outside of the arch or the high point of my brow. So I am just using an eye definer brush pushing the head of my brow up so that it's squared off versus, you know, rounded. And then, let's see, yeah, just making sure that it's rounded and that they're, you know, looking similar. I am gonna use, there's a clear brow gel, which I really like because I find when I do, you know, powder, it can look a little fuzzy, and I want the brow to have a really nice, clean shape. So when I add a little bit of the brow shaper, I know that it's gonna hold, it stays in place, and actually this is a waterproof product. So I am just brushing through my brow, this clear product, and it actually helps to almost mold the powder and the actual natural hairs together so it looks much more diffused. There, and then that way, yeah, it's a little softer, it's still bold, and it's still there. So going back to my eye makeup and finishing that up, you can see I did put some mascara on the top. I'm gonna now create a little bit of a haze. I'm gonna take that heather shadow. So any of the medium shadows versus one of the darker shades is pretty because I'm going to create more of a soft, hazy lower lash line and making sure that it connects here at the outer corner. And that's it. So I've got my concealer on first because I find if you put concealer on after, there's this weird space between the liner and my concealer. So when my eye is open, I'm just making sure that that haze, you know, comes here to that outer corner. And just hazing it along. So I got a little bit of a fallout, not too much. So I'm just going to sweep against the skin when I'm trying to do a little bit of a cleanup. So super pretty. If you still want it to be even more hazy, what I've seen some artists do is you can actually then take even a softer shade, right? A little bit of that wheat or something, and then haze underneath your hazy liner. So this way you're creating a very soft, romantic edge to romantic. It's just eyeliner, but you get what I'm saying. It's just a little bit more buffed out for your eyeliner. They're super pretty. So there are my eyes. I might throw a little bit more mascara on because, you know, but I wanted to do my skin so that, you know, you saw I just did a sheer wash of the Skin Longer Weightless all over. And now I'm so excited to jump into these products here. So first off, there is the bronzer. And I definitely need some bronzer. I have more of that pinkish reddish surface tone from my tan. So this bronzer here is, the medium color, which is great. It works really for almost everybody. I'm going to just take that bronzer and put it right, you know, at my underneath my cheekbone so that I'm getting that definition. And you can see once you've done that, you need to stamp color over your chin. I need to stamp sun where the sun hits my face. So, you know, the cheeks. And of course then on my forehead. So I'm gonna bring it up to my temple and I'm gonna stamp it definitely around my hairline because that is where I have a big forehead. So to stamp the color around the top of the forehead and then bring a little bit of color to the center of the face, keeps it still bright and pretty. Pretty. Now let's do a little bit of blush. I'm really wanting to keep my blush diffused because you can see that the medium bronzer already have color. So I'm just gonna do a wash of Nectar Blush, which is in the palette. Super pretty. Pretty, pretty. My brushes are shedding, time for a new set. And then the ultimate pièce de résistance is this amazing highlighter. And I'm gonna apply the highlighter right at the top of my cheekbones So pretty. Oh, look at that gorgeous glow. And a little bit here, just along the bridge of the nose, not too much on the ball. Cute to its bow. And let's take a little bit of this highlighter. Ooh. And I'm gonna dab some just at the inner corner of my eyes. So pretty. Just to help brighten up and add that little je ne sais quoi to my eye look. So fun. So now I could pair my eye look with something really pretty and natural. So let's go for, what should we do, everybody? I think something just natural, because my eyes also have that heather purplish tone in them. So I think it's pretty to go with something more nudie. So there's a little bit of Pale Mauve Luxe. And now I'm gonna take a little bit of this tangerine gloss so that the warmth of the nectar, there, look, you know, the Nectar Blush and then the tangerine gloss, it's in the same color family. So fun. Hope you found this helpful. Nordstrom anniversary, exclusive, limited edition, awesome, like endless eye looks. So this is just one of so many things that we could do with it. Let me know if you want to see other eye looks with it, and I can post tons here and on my Instagram. Thank you so, so much for watching, subscribing, and following, and always, always, always feel free to, there's a brush hair, share your feedback. Huge hugs. Bye.